Welcome to Southeast Michigan. We're barely unpacked from this big trip we took to Georgia and South Florida. But you know, we interviewed, as you well know, Donnie Dew, and we interviewed Zachary Matthews. You know, great men are kind of hard to get interviews with, and I feel real happy that they agreed to let us do an interview with them. Let me tell you something about Zachary. You know, he looks just like a plain Jane gunsmith, but he's far more than that. He doesn't have any problem writing a $50,000 or $100,000 check to these manufacturers and say, now, I want this large bore to be made just a little different and just for me. But I want a bigger air bottle. I want this. I want that. And when he writes these big checks, they do it. And he gets really a great gun. His shop doesn't have many of the lower price guns, but certainly Air Force, Hubin, and FX, a lot of them. And he knows everything about them. He's had them apart. And once he gets behind a gun, you'd be surprised. I've asked him to check into Zabroya. Zabroya maybe is a gun you've heard about, maybe isn't. Zabroya is out of Ukraine. And I thought, you know, here's a great way to support Ukraine, if you do, and as they defend their country from Russia's aggression. So he's even checking on that for me. But I asked him as we were walking behind a restaurant there in town, what do you think is coming in this industry? And I think you'll enjoy the insight. Well, let me welcome all of our viewers, not to Southeast Michigan, but Central Georgia. And with me here is Zachary Matthews, one of the movers and shakers in this industry. Zach, we just got back from a hog and iguana hunt. How many miles did we put on the car?
2,000, about 2,000 miles round trip.
1,000 miles. Yep. That's from Georgia south and back. And this is Central Georgia, but that's a train behind us. Zach, lots happened since we were here a year ago.
A lot has happened in a year. I'm actually going to be bringing in a new line of air guns. I'm working with a company out of Turkey. They're a great company. I will have the guns shortly, probably in a few months, probably 3 months out, and I'll let y'all know more about it. I'm also carrying the Hubin guns, which is a great gun also.
Hubin was the one we used on our iguana hunt. Wow, yes. That was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Now all along you've carried a lot of guns. Air Force is one of them.
Air Force.
And we used Air Force 50 caliber 45-7 on those hogs.
Right.
Any other guns you carry?
Well, I'm thinking about bringing the Zabroya, the Ukraine guns in. Working with Ukraine right now, and you know, everything going on in Russia right now. To build the guns is a little bit slow, but hopefully within about 2 or 3 months we'll see those too.
So those guns can kill any destructive critter, plus Russians.
Yeah. So we're gonna get them at 22 and 25 caliber. So hopefully we'll see 30 caliber maybe middle of next year.
Okay. Because you really enjoy those larger bores.
I do.
Tell me this, what do you think is going to be the future of our industry here? Just
in air guns? Well, it's moving good. More people are going to the air gun business and going hunting. I see it getting bigger and bigger. More people are using air guns. Firearms are always there, but it's just now that everything is going that way, the sales have picked up a lot. Everybody's contacted me, asked me, hey, can you do this? Can you make a 50 caliber pistol, or you know, a 457? But right now it's just a lot going on right now, so trying to get everything built.
One of the ways that Zachary works, different than anybody else I know, is he'll call a gun manufacturer, come up with $50,000, $60,000, $75,000 if they'll make him a gun with his own specs in them.
Right.
And that's why he's got the reputation that he has. That Ukraine idea is a good one.
Right.
And if this war can wrap itself up this fall, I think right now maybe the shipments are sporadic, but it'll open up.
Right. I believe so. It will.
Now the Hubin got its origination in Hong Kong.
Right.
While it was run by English.
Right.
And man, that gun is something else. That is. Now, do you ever handle any of the brake barrels like Gamma or Crossman?
Right. I actually grew up with that kind of brand. Brake barrels. Everybody's going to PCP these days. I actually donated all my brake barrels. I hadn't really found anybody that actually wanted the brake barrels. They just like compressed air. It's just more easier, I guess, to go out in the woods and fill your gun up and get multiple shots, and which there's nothing wrong with brake barrels. I do have them as well, so they are good guns.
We did a program last week with Donnie Dew down at Donnie FL. His wife had been out, I think it was California, to see her father. Where's your wife right now?
She's in Thailand. She'll be there for a whole month. She'll come back next month. Yep.
So you're running the place all by yourself?
I'm running the place by myself. Yep.
At least all the important parts.
Well, she's helping, doing everything online, sends everything over, and I print off the forms and I box everything up and ship it out. So.
Yeah, from Thailand?
From Thailand, yes.
Well, like my wife, they're loyal.
Yes.
And they help businesses grow. I asked Donnie Dew if anybody had gone out of business, because he was also showing how his business is growing. And he said he didn't think anybody went out of business, but he says he thinks there's some of lost market share. Would you agree with that statement?
I would agree with that, yeah, most definitely.
He said if they let that marketing go by, you could lose sales.
Right.
We've got some new people coming in all the time.
Everybody's coming in.
So, trying to make the best of the best. Well, we love Georgia. We'd love to stay here. You've got a bag of peaches or Vidalia onions somewhere here. I think we need to pick that up before we go. I've got some daughters we're going to see in South Carolina next week, and I know they'll love those.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If you enjoy, I enjoyed this guy. He knows what's going on. How long have you been in the business, Seth?
The gun business or just sales? Which one?
Both.
25 years.
Okay. Now you've got a website, your catalog's there.
Right.
And you've got all kinds of air guns.
Right.
And some accessories. I know I've got one of your compressors.
Right, we're sold out right now.
Okay. And what other things might you have? You got tanks, air tanks.
Air tanks. I do have those in stock. The compressors are sold out. I have them in next month. So, I do have some guns.
So if anything, we got shortages going on in the industry and trying to keep up with that. Well, if you thought you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. If you've got questions, send them. I love answering them. And if I can't come up with the answer, I know where to send the question. Have a good day.